You know that feeling of dread when you realize something awful has happened to you, or something awful is going to happen. Basically, it's to do with that realization that something real bad has happened, and you feel like your entire body just drains out of energy and whatnot, right? So I've recently had one of those kind of moments, and it's to do with crypto. So I'm kind of looking at the entire global crypto sphere, looking at all the fancy coins, and looking at how the market is playing along. And there are some great projects, hundreds if not thousands of great projects out there. And there was a time when I personally have dabbled in them. I'm just going to dabble because I don't currently hold much of them, but I dabble, right? And some of these projects are very promising. Some of these guys are from way back from 2016, 2017, 2018. So you can imagine they've been around for some time. They established themselves. They've proven their weight, right? Whatever it's worth now. But the point is they have proved themselves. But that moment of dread came to me when I realized that there are groups of people, right? And it's not a large group. It's a very small group of people who have banded together and figured out how to manipulate the market. And they are doing it many ways, right? And I'm not going to just talk about institutions. There are individuals involved in these groups as well. And you notice this pattern, right? Over and over again, there's this pattern. So there are coins that everybody forgets, right? Basically, they're gone into the oblivion. They've gone into the black hole. We're never going to see profits from these coins again. We've lost 99.99% of our net investment value, that the money we've invested. We've lost that. Sorry about the noise. I am driving on a very bad road. You can probably see from the wobble. These are stupid London roads. That never get repaired. Anyway, side roads basically. But so the point I'm trying to make here is you've got these groups who are able to go and manipulate the market in a very powerful way. Also known as wash trading, but wash trading normally happens on an exchange. But this is happening everywhere, right? Doesn't matter what coin it is. Some real shit coins, that nobody has any value, has also pumped because of this. Because what they do, they pick up on the narrative. They push the market. They have the following. They have the what do you want to call this? The influencer, the communities. They're well connected, right? There's massive groups, right? Well funded as well. And they'll come in and they start pumping these coins, and get everybody else to pump them as well. And then they obviously exit, right? So, but that's what I've noticed. And I'm like, how is anybody supposed to now find a coin? And that's the moment of dread for me. Like, okay, how do I find a coin that is an actual gem? And the thing is genuinely, it could be a gem, but it's not a gem anymore because of how it's being played. So when that realization came to me, I kind of sat there and I was like, have I got the patience? I do. Do I have the discipline? I do. But do I have control over all of those things? I don't. And I realized, I said, I can't actually pick an altcoin anymore, right? The best altcoins I can pick is probably now definitely going to be in the top tier, right? When I'm talking about, the top tier, I'm talking about coins like Ethereum, Matic. I'm not going to talk too much about the others. There are others, but I'll give you a few names here, right? But the point is, and also you got to understand the coins I'm going to give you names for are probably going to be the same coin, or at least they're associated with the same coin, right? We're talking about layer 1, layer 2, same thing. And then there are some other layer 1s as well, but I'll talk about those as well, right? So the situation is I was like, what do I pick? I want a 100x coin, right? I want to get a 100x coin, which I know if I buy right now, penny, under a penny, maybe even 10 pence, maybe even bloody dollar, right? I want to know that I'm going to make 100x on that. But I don't see those coins anymore because these organizations, right, or these people who are involved, they'll come in and they'll basically buy a huge amount, pump the market, and then they'll dump it straight back on you. So it doesn't matter whether it's a bull run, doesn't matter if it's a bear run, it's still going to pump, right? I was looking at the charts yesterday and looking at some of my favorite on the watch list, right? So these are not coins that I've bought, but they're on the watch list. And I was looking at a coin which done like over 2,000%, right? Just recently, in the last 1 year, year to date, has done 2,000+%. Casper, the coin is called Casper. And I was like, that's in a bear market. It did that in a bear market. So what's going to happen now? Do I have the potential to do 100x on this? It's already done 2000x. I mean, if I manage my investment, right, so the amount I want to put in, if I have a discipline over how much I'm going to put in, if I can control my emotions, then I can probably put $100, $200, maybe even $1,000 and forget about it. But with these whales, these sharks, these God knows what they are, right, these devils, right? It's hard. I'm being honest here. So it's that moment, like, kind of, I was like, it's hard. What do I pick? So cut the long story short, right, I can go into detail about how I feel, but listen, so what I've done is I've just kind of rewind myself. Normally I would take 2 steps back. I said, no, I've got to take 10 steps back. I took 10 steps back. And I wanted to see the market with a microscope, right? I wanted to really, really see exactly what's going on in the market. That is one thing that is a factor. Obviously, we've got other regulation, institutional drama, whatnot, fiat drama, you name it, all sorts of others. And then to top it all off, we've got millions and millions of coins, right? So all of that plays in, to what my strategy would be now, right? So I had to kind of go 10 steps back, find a new strategy, which is based on an old strategy, funnily, but I'm going to stick with it now, right? So I kind of said to myself, okay, I want to stay on the big coins, obviously. So what are the coins that do get manipulated, but that don't get really affected as much and have a higher probability of being sustainable, right? What I mean by that, let me give you a good example, right? So Bitcoin today at $27,000, I think $27,600 right now as I speak. What's the time? Time now is 1:43 p.m. in the afternoon. That's what BTC is, right? Right now, today's current price. But the point, so I know, like, for example, if BTC is manipulated, then there's one of 2 things that could happen. One, it could go all the way to the moon, right? It could go all the way to 100K, 150K, 200K, probably even $1 million a coin. Happy days to everybody. Or it could go all the way down. Now, if it goes all the way down, we also know how low we can go. So in the immediate term, we have levels that we can go to low to. Or just for the sake of this video, let's say we go to $1. But is BTC gonna absolutely vanish? No. Are people gonna be still buying, selling, and trading? Yes. So that's how I look at it. Obviously, this is not a financial advice, right? But that's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, these are coins that people are still gonna buy, sell, trade, right? When it starts going down to $1, everyone's gonna flip that switch and make it into a short, and boom, they short the damn thing and get the hell out, right? That's what's gonna happen. So that's how I look at this. I'm like, either way, BTC is not going to fail you. People are still going to make money. The other coin that is not in the limelight, all right, is kind of avoiding a lot of stuff right now, but I'm not sure how they're managing to do it. Anyway, Ethereum, we all know about Ethereum. And many projects were associated with Ethereum, as I mentioned earlier on. Like, for example, I mentioned Matic, that's kind of associated with Ethereum. We're talking about Optimism, that's associated with Ethereum. We're talking about Arbitrum, that's associated with Ethereum, all right? Even to the point where I'm looking forward to a coin called Base, right? Base coin by Coinbase, current Base chain. So when they launch their coin, I am looking forward to that. But that's also associated with Ethereum, right? And what I mean by associated, I mean it's a layer 2 solution for Ethereum, right? Let's just leave it there, right? We don't want to, anything that's a layer 2, that's a different story. If it's a token built on top of Ethereum, then it's technically Ethereum. Or if it's built on, say, Optimism, it is Optimism, right? So we don't want to mix those things up, right? Tokens are tokens. A chain that is actually doing a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum is still Ethereum, in my opinion, right? Because you still need Ether for it. So that's how I look at this. And I'm like, okay, those coins, there's a use case. So even if it goes down back to $1, there's still use cases like any one of those coins, right? You know, whether you buy it for a penny right now, whether you buy it for 10 cents, 20 cents, $1, $5, they still have some sort of a use case, right? And I think people will still buy, sell, and trade them. They're never going to go to the grave, like go to dust and never come back again, right? But when I look at coins that I've seen 5 years ago, 6 years ago, who suddenly just do a 200% pump, right? Everyone jumps on because they're still hodling their bags. And then all of a sudden it dumps. The bigger picture is you're probably 1,000% down from where it was originally. Your 200% didn't even recover your losses. So that's the situation I'm seeing. And I'm trying to avoid this kind of manipulation, because obviously it's not only manipulation, this type of stuff is also dangerous for everybody. Any crypto holder or crypto enthusiast out there, this is actually very, very dangerous, because what this does is triggers institutions and regulations to, like, you know, go and act or have the excuse to go and protect you, because obviously you're not being protected. Obviously these guys are for selfish reasons, right, harming many people and harming the market as well. So the institutions get an excuse, or regulations get an excuse to come in and regulate you. So I looked at that, I was like, that's just nonsense, right? And then in the UK, we've got drama, something to do with the travel rule, which means basically how much money's coming in and going out, all of that nonsense, right? I mean, they might as well call it a fucking travel ban, excuse my language, but that's what it is, right? So people from foreign countries can't invest money, or people from UK can put money into specific exchanges, but the exchanges got to go through all of these hurdles. So a lot of the exchanges are like, look, we ain't got time for this. We're here to make money. We're here to make fees. If you want drama, go find something else. We're out. So even though crypto is supposed to be the new thing for UK, right? You know, UK Prime Minister is trying to make the UK the like crypto hub or whatnot, right? These kind of rules are affecting so many people, right? Yesterday, I got a notification from Bybit, right? That Bybit is exiting UK on the 8th of this month, which is like, what, 4 days from now? So they're exiting. KuCoin, I haven't heard from yet, but I know Gate.io is, and many others, by the way, many others, right? The only ones that I can see right now are the ones that are already registered in the UK under the FCA guidance. Those are the ones that seem to be okay. We haven't received any notifications, but I wouldn't be surprised if they even go, right? So what does that do? That does two things, right? One, obviously they screw up all the people that are not comfortable with the decentralized stuff, right? Screws them up. The other thing it does is basically it literally pushes a lot of people with a lot of money to, you know, they probably have a lot of crypto, to go to decentralized exchanges and decentralized wallets. So I'm going to see this massive hyper use case for wallets now, because wallets is going to be a big thing right now. So anybody with these multi-chain wallets, they're laughing, right? They're going to be making all the fees because they don't need to be regulated. Of course, there are rules that say they have to. In the USA, they said the same thing as well, right? With the bipartisan rule and everything, they want to basically start to monitor what money goes into wallets and this and that. But of course, if there are proper decentralized protocols, and protocol level, when I'm talking about wallets, there are two types, right? So you have founder or foundation level, which means there's an organization or an entity or a body or a person behind a wallet which can be regulated, and then there are protocol level which cannot, right? For example, if somebody goes and uses an atomic swap wallet, which is an open source code base, and the founders are unknown, for example, that nobody can regulate, right? So that's what's going to happen, right? Even MetaMask, for example, people know who is behind MetaMask, so MetaMask might even get regulated. You know, there are many other wallets out there, they might get regulated, because you know who the founders are, you know where the company is, you know where the foundation is, you know where the institution is. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're registered in, you're still a person, so you're an entity, we can find you. So that's how it is. So decentralization is all the way now, you know. So I'm looking at decentralization. I'm like, you know what, I got to come up with something to kind of help this decentralized, because the way things are going right now, yeah, it's going to be crazy. So I hope this video was informative, guys. I'm not going to go on longer because this can go into a lot of detail. I have mentioned quite a few things here. I hope you watched it to the end and understood what I'm talking about. The feeling I have is like, what coin do I pick? And for me, it's a worrying thing. It's like we've got millions and we've got all of these other factors involved. What do I think is going to survive? So I'm actually only betting on the ones that I think is gonna survive. And as I said, the Ethereum layer 2 chains definitely going to be working, like, you know, definitely looking at those. BTC, for you know, is definitely one of those. Again, Solana, XYZ, some of those, yes, even though they are regulated, I'm still going to be looking at them, right? So other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to catch you another one very soon. I've got to go on a long drive, so yeah, I'm about to get on the motorway and it's about to get really, really noisy. And yeah, adios, my amigos.